Blows to the toes, a favorite prose I suppose, who knows? On the blackest black rose, I arose to the sound of the ones I have found behind the mind of a clown going down like a frown. Night did come, and I smashed on the drum, spun complete through the sum, not discreet, but undone. There was two, there were three. Are you listening to me? And the knights of the round sold their souls for £1 of the pale witch's flesh, and condemned indeed only themselves to deal with the debt. And as an arrow is set into flight late tonight, YBWWEG, it cannot be called or brought back, like a cat in a sack or a pipe full of crack. Don't even think about it, Jack. I was here, now I'm gone. That's my blood on that thorn, from the very instant born, the object of scorn. Down these paths damned and worn, from peace in pieces I'm torn. Yet I turn unto you and loathe what you do, and you hate me too. With your dark blue on blue, hard won, one of the few that could never feed two, like a mine. That is fine, sublime time for my mind, where the rusty springs wind and I seek my own kind. It is not alone by design, yet not indeed random. 12 voices in tandem, 13 between, and we damned them. Lucky for some, forever never one. And we pray for our prey, but that's later today. I know that you wish they would stay and wash it away just like yesterday. But the moon and stars say, dream on, little one, all your truths come undone when it all becomes one. It is better to be noble than common. It is better to be common than feral. It is better to be feral than indiscriminate. It is better to be indiscriminate than evil. It is better to be evil than nefarious. It is better to be nefarious than sycophantic. It is better to be sycophantic than ignorant. It is better to be ignorant than foolish. It is better to be foolish than reckless. It is better to be reckless than wanton. It is better to be wanton than lazy. It is better to be lazy than violent. It is better to be violent than abused. It is better to be abused than destroyed. It is better to be destroyed than forgotten. It is better to be forgotten than never conceived. It is better to be never considered than inconceivable. It is better to be inconceivable than unrecoverable. It is better to be unrecoverable than unreachable. It is better to be unreachable than miserable. It is better to be miserable than lonely and lonely. It is better to be miserable and lonely than miserable, lonely and scarred. It is better to be miserable, lonely and scarred than unpopular. It is better to be unpopular than disliked. It is better to be disliked than hated. It is better to be hated than despised. It is better to be despised than loathed. I would much prefer dance this day the night. I seem to always wonder, although this seems quite contrite, why it is that I ponder that which escapes normal sight. I will not follow my father like a bird does in flight, because I know that I'd much rather not suffer his plight. I will always want to wander, and will fight for the right to see the trees beyond her, and trade the shade for delight. I revere more subtle wisdom than the severe and right might, for when the darkness gathers, it is our only bright white light. I would much rather be happy than right.